Blackstone presents Equality, What It Means and Why It Matters by Thomas Piketty and Michael J. Sandel. This book is read by Stephen Graybill and Derek Dysart.
This book is an edited version of a conversation between Thomas Piketty and Michael Sandel, held at the Paris School of Economics on May 20th, 2024. 1. Why worry about inequality? Sandel. Thomas, thank you for hosting us at the Paris School of Economics for this conversation about equality. One way of exploring what equality means is to begin by asking why inequality matters. Now, your research has revealed vividly to all of us just how stark are the inequalities of income and wealth. Let's begin with these inequalities. You've shown that in Europe, the richest 10% take in more than a third of the income and own more than half of the property. And in the United States, inequalities are even starker. Many of us find this troubling, but why exactly is it a problem?
Piketty. I'm very glad that we have the opportunity for this discussion. Let me first stress that I am optimistic about equality and inequality. I make this point in my latest book, A Brief History of Equality, where I stress that even though there's a lot of inequality today in Europe, in the U.S., in India, in Brazil, all over the world, in the long run there's been a movement toward more equality. Where does this movement come from? And this will be a way to answer your question. This movement comes from social mobilization and a strong, enormous political demand for equality of rights and access to what people perceive to be fundamental goods, including education, health, the right to vote, and more generally to participate as fully as possible in various forms of social, cultural, economic, civic, and political life. In your own work, you've stressed the role of self-government and participation, and I think this appetite for democratic participation and self-government is also what has been driving this movement toward more equality in the long run. Now, it's not been there forever, certainly not since prehistoric times. It starts in particular at the end of the 18th century with the French Revolution, the abolition of the privileges of the aristocracy, and with the American Revolution to some extent. And it continues in the 19th century with the abolition of slavery, the rise of labor movements, universal male suffrage, and then the rise of universal female suffrage. It continues in the 20th century with the development of Social Security, progressive tax.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?